What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com. We got a special guest for you today. We're talking hockey, and Stephon Perreault, local hockey expert there, is here to join us today talking about the hockey. He went 8-0 in the first round, so we said, hey, we got to have him on. He contacted our own Mike Somich, and Somich said, get on there with him. He would actually be here, Somich, under the weather today, so I get to fill in, and that's all right. I like talking hockey as well. Back talking NHL playoffs, and now we're talking about a series that's near and dear to both of the people you see on the screen's hearts. That is St. Louis and Colorado. We've got two big St. Louis Blues fans. See, I didn't wear mine. I should have. I should go grab the jersey while you're breaking this one down. I'm here with Stephon Perreault, our local hockey expert. He's been helping us break down all the series, in the second round here, and we'll keep him going for the finals and for the Stanley Cup finals as well. But all right, let's talk about our Blues. They're up against it. What do you think about the Blues-Colorado series?
They are up against it. That might be the understatement of the century. Everybody, I think, is in agreement. Colorado is, they're the best team in the league. They were all regular season. I don't care about the President's Trophy. That doesn't matter. Colorado is the best team remaining, and they were the best team all year. Through and through. They don't really have any holes. You can make an argument for goaltending. Darcy Kemper, at points in the season, he was the best goalie in the league, and at points of the season, he was a bottom 5 goalie in the league. So that could be the one factor that you point out that is a weakness. But diving into the series, I'll stay straight up. I think the Avs are going to win this series. It kills me to say that. But with that being said, I still see massive value on the Blues. Like I said, against the Carolina Rangers series, I actually have the Blues at the same percentage to beat the Avs as the Rangers do the Carolina Hurricanes, at around a 37% chance. Only difference is that Rangers are only plus 160 in the series, and the Blues are plus 300 in this series. That's obviously Vegas thinking that, everybody is in their mother, if it was priced lower, would take the Avalanche, probably myself included. But who knows? It's playoff hockey. These two teams, it's really an interesting matchup. They have the best two power plays going in the playoffs so far. Blues power play seemed like, an automatic goal for a lot of times during the end of the season and even the first few games against the Wild. It seemed like they scored every single power play. Avs also very, very strong power play against Nashville, which was a weaker team. A huge factor right now for the Blues is Torrey Krug and Marco Scandella. We don't know the factor, we don't know the status on them. Thanks to Chief. He said they might be available to play game 1. So we don't really know. But obviously that's 2 of your top 6, maybe 2 of your top 4 defensemen on the team. If they come back, that obviously is a huge boost for the Blues. Right now, I'd actually, if we're looking at goaltenders, Binnington came back game 3, or sorry, was it game 3 or game 4 that he came?
Game 4.
Game 4. He came in game 4 and he looked like vintage Jordan Binnington when we went on that run. He had that little swagger attitude and, he shut the door. He's a huge help to the Blues defenseman with his puck handling abilities. He's a third defenseman back there. He makes breakout passes better than most of the Blues defensemen. So that's a huge help for the Blues defensively. And Kemper, he's also a pretty good puck handler. Like I said, he's hot or cold. He didn't really get tested first round. He had that eye injury in game 3, and he is starting game 1 tonight. And we'll see how he is. We'll see kind of how he looks and how he feels. As far as best bets go, I don't have a overall series just winner. If you want to throw some lunch money on the Blues at plus 300, I have it more closely priced at the plus 220, plus 250 range. And it's at plus 300 right now. which isn't a bad bet. There's value there. Do I think the Blues are going to win? No, but I think it is going to be a much more competitive series than what most people are thinking. Blues play a super heavy in your face type game and also have a very, very high powered offense that can score. Avs weren't tested at all in the first round, which in previous years have come back to bite them in the ass. Last year, they swept the Blues in the first round, and then they came and lost to the Vegas Golden Knights, who lost the next round to the Montreal Canadiens. It's going to be a tighter series, in my opinion, than what most people think. And my best bet right now is to lay off game one. And then, much like the Edmonton-Calgary series, see how that game is, and then look at St. Louis to take it to 6 or 7 games. As it stands right now, you could get St. Louis at plus 2.5 games for minus 140. So just to make it to game 6 is minus 140. If you think it's going to go to game 7, it's plus 150. After game 1, I probably would lean towards the Avs tonight winning. Just it's so hard to win in Colorado, just the altitude. Avs have some rest. We'll see if it turned into rust. We don't know. But if the Avs win tonight and you want to take a look at St. Louis, they're going to have massive value at taking it to 6 or 7 games. And that's where I stand right now on the series.
You would think the Blues are good enough this year to take it to 6 at least. After last year, and a lot of people are going to look at that series. This is a completely different Blues team.
Completely.
We were horrible last year. We were probably the worst team in the playoffs last year.
Well, and then David Perron was injured.
Yeah.
We had injuries on defense. Binnington was not good at all.
No.
And so it's a completely different team. We had maturity from Jordan Kyrou. Robert Thomas is probably the most underrated player. And yes, I'm being biased, but one of the most underrated players in the league and his playmaking abilities. The kid is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a competitive series. I promise you that. And that's why I see value even right now at St. Louis plus 2.5 at minus 140, because it's not going to be a sweep. I very, very highly doubt it's going to be a 5-game series. I would be shocked if the Avs took it in 5. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't have a play on it right now. I'm going to wait until after tonight, hope that the Avs win tonight, actually, and then look to get a better price on St. Louis tomorrow morning.
All right, one final quick question before we wrap it up, since we're both Blues fans, and I've had this debate with a couple of other Blues fans, fellow Blues fans. What team do you think is better, our Stanley Cup winning team in 2019 or this team we currently have? Which one would you take?
I think, this is a tough one.
I know, that's why I asked.
So, my automatic go-to would just be to say, the Stanley Cup team in 2019.
Sure.
But to me, it's a completely different makeup.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends on what style of team that you are going to play and what teams you're playing against. The Blues style was a very, very huge in-your-face, grind-you-down team in 2019 when they won the Cup. They still try to play that style, just not as good, and they have a better offense for sure. I would say that their offense this year and their forwards and their depth on forward is better this year than it was in 2019. Where I would think is the huge difference is the size and just the defense in general. Obviously, not having Pietrangelo is massive. Jay Bouwmeester, Joel Edmondson, those are 3 guys that were immense in that series or in the whole playoffs in 2019. So I would give this year's Blues offense the edge. I would give 2019 defense and goaltender. Binnington was on another level that year. So defense and goaltending, 2019. Forwards this year, if you combine them, we're winning the Cup.
Yeah, we're going to win in 4 in this series, right? If we combine the 2. No, when the Blues had to shut somebody down, they could that year. I don't know if we can this year or not. We're going to find out because they're going to have to for a game or 2 if they're going to if they're going to win this series. So, all right, that's our preview of the Blues and the Avalanche. Go St. Louis Blues, right? That's hopefully they can get the job done. Maybe they'll steal a game in in Colorado, one of these first two, and then win at home, something they really struggle to do. It seems like most playoff years. Maybe they'll get the job done this year. Thanks, everybody, for watching all of our NHL previews. We'll be back, and hopefully we're talking about the Blues in the Western Conference Finals. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Good luck, and thanks to Stephon for joining us.
Thanks for having me.